Howard Stern. So say hi to Shlomo Sherman, everybody. The dissenting voice.
Thank you. I told you that was my ex-wife. And I'm not paying any alimony. Hey, I'm Shlomo Sherman. That's right, Shlomo. Now, I want to tell you something. Darling, leave me a telephone number. I'll let you know when I'm appearing next. You know, my name was not always Shlomo. I used to have a regular first name like everybody here, John. But I changed it to Shlomo for show business reasons. Now, I'll tell you one thing. People always ask me, how do you spell your name? Like Shlomo. Well, you know, I spell it the same way everybody spells it, you know, except there's a silent H at the end. Now that's some weird concept, silent letters in a name. Who came up with that? Can you imagine a guy that has a name with all silent letters? Hey, you, what's your name? Stands there with his mouth hanging open. Yeah, in case you haven't guessed it already, yes, I am Jewish. That's my persuasion, the Hebraic, Judaic, Mosaic, circumsaic persuasion. And by the way, I still have the little piece they cut off me. My family had it bronzed. They really love me. Well, look at me. Look at me. What else can I be but a Jew? Now, I'll tell you something. I always loved being Jewish, and I somehow never felt Jewish enough. And, you know, one time I asked myself, what can I do to, you know, make myself feel more Jewish? And like a light went on, and I said, hey, you know what? If I become religious, I'm gonna feel more Jewish. Now, you know, if you're a Jew and you want to be religious, there's three ways you can go: Reform, Conservative, or Orthodox. I said, look, let me try Reform. Now, I don't know if you know this, but religious Jews can't eat dairy and meat together. You know, that's part of the kosher law. And so those people, you know, they have two sets of dishes in the house. They have a set for dairy and a set for meat. Now, Reform Jews have three sets of dishes at home. They have a set for meat, a set for dairy, and a set for Chinese. I'll tell you, Reform didn't make me feel more Jewish, but it wasn't a total loss. I mean, I did learn how to use chopsticks. I said, look, let me try conservative Judaism. Now, conservative Jews are so weird. It's like these are the guys who keep kosher in the house, but outside, you know, they eat anything they want. Like, they're the guys with the removable beards. You know, sometimes they wear them, sometimes they don't. Shit, I had a beard one time, but I had to get rid of it. The elastic band bothered my neck. Yeah, so conservative Judaism made me feel more Jewish in the house, but outside, you know, forget about it. I said, okay, one more shot. Let me try Orthodox. Man, that did the trick. I felt more Jewish, Orthodox. And you know, I love the holidays. Let me tell you about Passover. Passover, or Pesach, as they say in the Dominican community. Oh, you Dominican? Passover's an 8-day holiday, during which time you're not allowed to eat anything with leaven. Now, you know what? Leaven is yeast. And so during Passover, you know, we can't eat any bread or cake or cookies or anything like that because it has yeast. Now, I got to tell you, I was so, you know, strict Orthodox about that yeast stuff that during Passover, I wouldn't even go down on my wife, you know, like, oh, man, just in case. Yeah, one time I said to her, what you got down there, a fucking rye bread? Okay, the Passover Seder, the Seder, you know the Seder, like when Jesus Christ had the Last Supper, the Seder? Now, I'll tell you, you Gentiles in the audience, if you ever go to a Seder, you're going to see something weird. You're going to see an empty chair at the table, and that chair is for Elijah the prophet. See, Jews think this guy Elijah the prophet comes to the Seder every year, and, you know, one of these times he's going to be bringing the Messiah with him, but the thing is, we never know when the Messiah is coming, so we only bother to put out one chair for Elijah. But what happens if the Messiah shows up one night? Like, Abe, get the folding chair. The Messiah's here. You know, I'm a New York Jew. And like the rest of you New Yorkers, I like to ride the subway. And when I ride the subway, I like to read on the subway. Now, most people, when they read on the subway, they bring like, you know, a little book or a magazine. I was so orthodox, I used to bring a Torah scroll to read on the subway. You know, like Torah scroll, it's basically, you know, parchment with two sticks. It's like the Bible on a stick. You know how hard it is to read the Torah on a subway? You know, some people think it's hard enough to read the New York Times on a subway. I brought the Torah scroll. And I had a couple of guys helping me just so, you know, I wouldn't drop the scroll. I say, excuse me, senor, could you hold on to this roller? I love New York City. I got a Puerto Rican guy on one side holding a roller. I got a black guy on the other side holding a roller. I got a guy in a turban pointing to the letters. You know, when you read the Torah, you got to point to it with something called a yad. It looks like this. It's a yad. So I hand my yad to this Arab-looking guy, and I say, Mohammed, you know, roll, I'm finished. And I'll tell you what, I see the light. I really would like to. I'd like to tell you more, but you know, you'd only laugh. Anyway, you know, I gotta go home and I gotta play with my yard. God bless you. Baruch Hashem.
Shlomo Sherman playing with his yard.